Okay, playing outside, and sort of my walk with the understanding of learning how to play outside. So playing outside has everything to do with playing inside. And playing inside, you have to have some kind of basic rule in context and relationship to what those rules are. So in a composition, in the previous example, I played the two chords that are in the intro of I Just Want to Stop from Gino Vanelli. So here's kind of like the basic rules of the road in this example. E major 9 and E7 sus4. And that kind of becomes the context of how you're going to relate playing out to these basic harmonies, which are two chords. So I'm going to add, in this example, I'm going to play outside. I'm going to take it only one note. So I'm going to play A sharp. And then I'm going to play on the second chord. And that's all I'm going to do is just one different note for each chord for this example. And so remember, the playing outside really temporarily suspends the harmony to a different harmony, but still within the context of the original harmony. So that's really what playing outside really is. So I'm going to change it just by one note. So you heard me play the two different notes, and I think the idea, I mean, it's your own discretion, but the less you play outside, or the more you play outside, the less effective it becomes, in my opinion, musically. So you use it with subtlety, and Larry Carlton was one of the players that used it to perfection. You can go back and listen to, he did I'm really in a lot of his records, but there was a Bill Myers solo he did on a song on the album Images. He used that concept to a T, and he did it in a jazz standard on an album called Last Night. He did a song So What, Miles Davis song, and he did that to a T. As a matter of fact, one of the things he did on there that it's come to my understanding now, is that he took that one note that he took relative to the chord and formed an arpeggio that was not just any arpeggio, but arpeggio that was within the new harmonic structure, that was a makeup of the basic chords, root chords, and then that new note that he used. He did a harmony or an arpeggio with that one new note and created a new sound over it. So, for example, if A sharp is that new note in this example, he took two other notes from the chord, which is the E major 9 in this example, and he created an arpeggio to play over it. Okay, and that's what I'm going to do, just a quick example. And then the second chord, I took that new note, which was G natural, and I took two more notes that were in that chord, in that original harmonic pocket, and then created another arpeggio. Basic example. And I'm going to play a G major. Okay, hopefully in this example, I'm going to play outside, but without respect to the harmonic pocket. And so I'm really not going to have really a relationship to it, but I know the notes probably work. And then when I play outside, I know the notes are for sure outside, but it doesn't have really any relevancy to the harmonic pocket. And then the second example, kind of like a diatonic way, and the second example is going to be total respect to the harmonic pocket. I'm going to play out, but I'm going to weave back and forth in with purpose. Okay, that's the first way. And the second way, of course, the new improved myself. Total respect for the harmonic pocket. Pick and choose where you're going to go in and out, but also always revert back. And it's funny because as I'm learning how to play the second way, it feels just so much more purposeful, and it feels like you're more in control because you have the perspective of the two different ways of playing and how they really relate to one another. And the first way example, hopefully you saw that, it's kind of like you feel lucky when you hit the right notes, but you don't really know why some of those notes worked and some of them didn't. And even though some of those notes were outside, they still didn't feel like they worked outside with respect to everything else. So hopefully that was a good example.